On Mark 19, start moving across that whole ridge line.
This way.
This is Kunar province, in eastern Afghanistan. I was on my way to a remote combat outpost. Already, the fighting I'd seen was intense. The last stretch of the journey is too dangerous by road. Everyone must fly in, but even helicopters come under fire.
This building here got hit by a recoilless round. They took the roof off. There were a bunch of soldiers living in it at the time. Nobody got hurt inside it, but you can see what it did to the roof and the sides. And they're all peppered with bullet holes on the side of it too.
I'd come to embed with US Marines in the mountains. Little did I realize that over the next month I would barely venture farther than this trench. My first morning set the tone for things to come.
That's incoming. You hear it cracking, that's incoming like that. That's mortars outgoing.
These guys have spent almost 9 months under fire.
Incoming, incoming.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Go, go.
The Taliban control the high ground and attack almost every day. Saray Combat Outpost is one of hundreds in Afghanistan. These outposts are an integral part of America's strategy. In theory, they will win over the locals while disrupting the Taliban's movements. The Afghan National Army, or ANA, is another part of this strategy, and the Marines are here to mentor them. When 3 Taliban suspects are detained, the ANA call for the Americans' advice.
Last night, we received intel that there was a dead person in the hills from the attack the other day. They retrieved the body last night, and they had to take the body for burial. We think that this may be the vehicle that was used to transport that dead person last night. One of the pieces of evidence we use to determine who's good and who's bad are usually their shoe type. They got shoes like he's wearing and shoes like the other guy's wearing. They usually wear shoes like this to move around the mountains a lot easier. If they were down in the valley, they'd be wearing sandals like that guy's wearing right there. The ANA will most likely detain them and get them to a more competent questioning authority, and we'll go with it from there.
Just a few hours later, these men were released, much to the Americans' annoyance.
People understand there's a war, but I don't think people understand anymore what war really is. A lot of the reports you see are reports out of the big bases. The Camp Fallujahs, the Bagram airfield area, the big areas is where you're getting the reports from that it's secure, there's not a lot of fighting going on. It's austere locations like the one we're in right now, Saray, that the fighting is happening. You're the first reporter in 8 months that I've seen up here. And I'm sure there's tons of other little bases in Afghanistan that nobody knows about.
Helicopters provide a tempting target for the Taliban waiting in the surrounding mountains.
He's over here, he's coming in. He's got 2 escorts, so that's pretty good. He's got 2 Apaches with him right now. The guard's getting shot at right now. Taking small arms fire again.
Despite the danger, there is no choice, as all supplies must come in by air.
If they hit a helicopter, that's a huge deal for the Taliban. It's a lot of money for them. They get paid a lot. You know, the Taliban or the ACM, the anti-coalition militia that are up here, are not stupid. They know what they're doing. They're not just up there standing there with bright white man dress on. We got the most sophisticated equipment in the world. Helicopters with great thermals, all these sights that can see to like Jupiter and things like that. But we can't pick up on one guy who's sitting 800, 700 meters away from us, shooting at us.